I know what you're thinking by reading this title, but yes, there was a giant killer rabbit movie in 1972 played dead serious called Night of the Lepus. One of the most bizarre films I've ever seen in the genre. Having the likes of Janet Leigh from Psycho and DeForest Kelley from Star Trek in it, it's honestly kind of endearing to watch what's clearly not scary be done so sincerely. But unlike other so bad it's good films like The Room or Cool Cat, for the most part it's just very boring when it has nothing to do with the rabbits themselves. The plot revolves around the ever-growing rabbit population and how it's affecting everyday life, to the point where his scientist and his wife are attacked with trying to stop the rabbits from breeding by trying to decrease the hormones in the rabbits. However, it instead only makes them grow larger and presumably makes them carnivorous. I couldn't really tell you with all the ketchup they use lying around. I think they eat a horse?
And I love it when they do the close-up rabbit cam. Close-up of 3 bloody rabbit teeth, you know? Scream of horror, dead cast member. These are serious rabbits. These are major rabbits.
The daughter of the two feels bad for one of the rabbits and lets it go without anyone noticing, which causes the whole conflict in the first place. She never gets found out or gets in trouble, or even faces any repercussions other than getting scared by one of them. A whole freaking family dies from it. It's like that kid from Godzilla vs. Megaguirus that just puts the egg in the sewer and then just leaves the movie. Like it wasn't his fault this whole problem is happening. I hate plots that do this. It's always the freaking dumb kids that are always the problem with it. At least the end credits of Megaguirus makes it seem like the kid is going to get his karma from Godzilla. But that's not the case with this movie. Kid does dumb thing, people suffer consequences. The human side of things is just there. Pretty much what people think of the kaiju genre to begin with even now. Which is sadly unfortunate, but I'm sure most of you can agree that's not the case. But you're here for the rabbits, aren't you? Alright, I'll show you. So they made a bunch of miniatures of a town and had a bunch of domesticated rabbits run through them. Not even wild rabbits, domesticated ones.
Why didn't they use jackrabbits? Big old ugly Texas jackrabbits. Or jackalopes. Do you guys know what a jackalope is?
They even made them in slow motion to try to give them weight like the Godzilla movies did, along with just giving them a bunch of animal grunts. When I was watching this with my friends, I was generally concerned when some of the shots had the rabbits be shot by a gun. I thought they were actually harming the rabbits because most of the time they don't show the rabbit scenes for too long and thought they actually harmed them because of that. It honestly looked that convincing. Thankfully I found out they were all just smeared with ketchup. Yep, ketchup. And in close-ups you get to see some dudes in Easter rabbit suits. It's blink and you miss it moments. Janet Leigh lived so close to where the film was shot, which allowed her to travel and bring her family to the set. But she didn't want to have her daughters be in a film as a cameo because she didn't want them to be a part of any horror film. And if you didn't know, one of her daughters is Jamie Lee Curtis. Night of the Lepus just ends with all the rabbits being electrocuted on some tracks and that's it. No real big payoff or anything, just a shot of some humans that are supposed to be the cast and then a freeze frame on the rabbit. It's a completely forgettable generic film, but the only thing keeping it alive today is the fact that it has a bunch of killer rabbits. For that it's gained a cult following for that reason. It even showed up on the TV in The Matrix as well. As someone who loves rabbits, this film fascinates me, and honestly I'm proud to have it on Blu-ray thanks to Shout Factory, which is where you're seeing this footage from. If anything, get some friends and watch together. It's at least worth seeing once to be believed.
Have you noticed how in these old movies they always use helicopters for no reason? I think it was considered exciting in the 70s to see a helicopter take off and a helicopter land. That's all I can figure out.